Today I want to talk with you guys about increasing your front kick power. Now, I'm the first person to admit that I do not know everything about striking. I'm good at it, but I'm still learning. I'm still adjusting. And the other day I had, I think, what was a revelation about how I could increase my front kick power, and I don't know why nobody has taught me this before. I'm going to be adding it to my arsenal, and I will definitely give you guys feedback down the road if it's working. But for now, you guys can just try it out and see if it works for you. I think it will, and I'm excited to share with you guys today what might be an easy way to just start popping those front kicks out with lots of force. Because I have a traditional karate background, I structure many of my kicks based off what I was taught at a young age. And one of the things that we were taught and that I still teach is when I throw a front kick, I tell people, lift your knee up and dangle your heel directly below the knee. That is where you want to start the kick, and that is where you want to finish the kick. But what I've been thinking about recently is if I throw a punch from here to there, I'm gonna have less power than starting it from here. I really should. That's why, like a Bruce Lee 1-inch punch, I have very little faith, very little belief that that would actually be a shot that would damage you. So if I punch from back here, I'm gonna generate more force. I have more wind-up power. Well, the same idea on the front kick. If I lift my heel directly below the knee, like I've been doing my whole career, if I extend it out, as I lift, I go like this, I'm gonna have less power. But why are we not occasionally trying to lift and tuck the heel in tighter? Now, I actually saw somebody years ago named Kohiro Maki. He's actually a Japanese kickboxer who got annihilated by Buakaw, but still a very talented individual in the kickboxing world. And he would often throw his kicks like this. They would chamber up very tight. Now, I was doing some work with my brother about 6 months ago, and I noticed on his front kicks, he chambers in very tight. But for some reason, it didn't register that I should actually try implementing this. But I was on the bag the other day, and I just, for some reason, clicked in my brain. I was going, oh yeah, I wanted to try that, but I never got around to it. And I started trying to execute. And I felt like I was getting 20 to 30% more kicking power. So again, let's break this down. If I lift my leg right here, and snap out, that's a fine kick, but I don't think as powerful as if I come in from here. There's just more ability to start building momentum and snap with more speed and more power. Now let's talk about a couple reasons people might not do this. Number one, when I come from here, it's going to take longer for my kick to get out, but not much longer. I mean, how long does it take to get where I was already kicking? Number two, if the guy rushes in to jam me, it's going to be harder for me to get my foot in as a defensive kick. But perhaps this is not something that you want to use defensively. It's something you want to use offensively when you're going forward and you're initiating the movement. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys about one of my weaknesses. One of my weaknesses is my hamstrings. I run so much, but they just seem to be so weak. Every time I do hamstring curls, even 40 pounds destroys them. So I find even lifting and trying to squeeze that heel tight into my glute really activates my hamstrings. And I was throwing them time and time again the other day just on the bag, not time and time again, but maybe like 15 times. I went, whew, my hamstrings are feeling that little bit of burn from tucking in tight as my knee lifts. So something to keep in mind, if this is something that's working for you, is really activate those hamstrings for the pull-in, and you might even want to go on a little bit of a side routine, a little bit of side training, and really work those hamstrings to draw in, and then you need the quads, obviously, to explode out. So having good leg strength is probably quite important for this kick. And pretty much, guys, that's all for me today. I'm waiting for my brother to get back in 2 days so I can start filming some more episodes with him, but also try this kick out and see if he can tell me when he's holding, is there more power or is there not? But until we get to that point, guys, where I can give you feedback on this kick, make sure you let me know down below in the comments, is this something you're already doing, or is this sort of a new idea to you, something that you're excited to try out? I think it will be very beneficial. I think if you focus on drawing in and snapping out and really getting that speed and jamming the ball of the foot deep into somebody's stomach, it could end up being a very damaging technique, one that is very effective for you. So guys, let's call it there for today. If you enjoyed the episode, please give it a like. If you haven't already, join the channel, get subscribed for lots of great content, and of course, to get me that much closer to the 100,000 mark, 100,000 subscribers. Very exciting. And guys, as always, keep training hard, pushing hard. Doesn't matter if you're doing the punching, the kicking, you're running, always drive forward, always improve. I'll see you guys back here soon for another episode.